The Boeing 757-300, which is the rare stretched variant of the 757, is one of my favorite aircraft, so I'm glad I was able to book one from LAX to Denver. Let's check it out. Our flight is departing at 5:15 a.m., so I made sure to arrive way too early at 3 a.m. I parked at Park LAX, which is LAX's official parking provider. Park LAX offers multiple garages within walking distance of the terminals, this remote parking garage, and a large long-term car park. There are of course plenty of other parking structures around LAX to choose from, since, being LA, there isn't really a good public transit option. Buses are provided every 15 minutes or so. Finding the waiting area was pretty easy, with plenty of signs leading to it. The waiting area even has a bathroom and this weird glowing thing. I have no idea what it's for, and I didn't dare approach. After waiting just a few minutes, our bus showed up. The buses for this garage can be easily identified by their bright blue color and pink label. LAX has 10 terminals, all of which are interconnected inside. We are headed to Terminal 7. United primarily uses Terminal 7 and 8, which function as one terminal with a single check-in and TSA checkpoint. United also uses Terminal B for international flights, along with most other carriers at the airport. LAX is just beginning a complete overhaul in preparation for the 2028 Olympics, so the names and layout of the terminals may be different if you're watching this far into the future. I don't have a checked bag and already have my boarding pass from United's fantastic app, so I headed straight for security. Because I had arrived so early, it will still take 20 minutes for it to open. I noticed a reporter was filming a segment right next to where I was waiting. I later found out it was about a rush in travel on Labor Day for Good Morning America.
Did not expect that. And around the country, about 2.7 million travelers were screened.
Since I was one of the first to get in line for security, it was super quick. I love the view you get once you're through. Well, time to find our gate. It looks like we'll be using gate 57B, which is all the way at the end of the terminal. The inside of the terminal is pretty nice. The ceiling is a little low, but that's made up for with plenty of lighting and a very clean modern look. There are plenty of local shops and food options available, although most are still closed this early in the morning. Here at the end of the terminal, there are multiple gates that can handle wide bodies, and the area can get pretty crowded once the day gets going, as I've experienced in the past, so I'm glad we'll be getting out of here so early. Sadly, the layout of the gates also means we won't be getting a view of our aircraft before boarding. Our aircraft today is November 77865, a 22-year-old 737-300 that began its life with ATA in 2002 before being bought by Continental in 2006, and then finally moving to United during their 2010 merger with Continental. Flights between LAX and Denver are LAX's 6th most popular route, with 146 flights being operated weekly. The United 757-300 shares this route with other United 737s, Southwest 737s, American Eagle ERJs, Delta A319s and 20s, and Frontier A320neos. Time to board. United starts with pre-boarding, which for some reason also includes Premier 1K members, then first class and elite status holders, followed by credit card holders, and those who purchase priority boarding. At the time of filming, boarding continued with Premium Economy, then Basic Economy. This has since changed, with United boarding Premium and Normal Economy passengers together by boarding Window, then Middle, then Aisle Seat passengers, while keeping Basic Economy in the end. I decided to get boarding Group 2, United's paid for early boarding slot, so I could get a little more time filming my seat before things started to fill up. This is something I wouldn't really recommend most people do, as it costs $24 per flight. It may, however, be worth it for people who are worried about overhead bin space running out, as it's still cheaper than just checking a bag, at least for a single flight. This narrow body can fit as many as 234 passengers thanks to its ridiculous length. Also due to the length of the aircraft, we boarded using door number 2, something you normally see on wide bodies, not narrow bodies. In the front of the aircraft you will find 24 United first seats in a 2-2 layout, the standard wide recliners you will find with most US domestic first seats. Behind that you will find 54 Economy Plus seats in a 3-3 layout, which gives you a few more inches of legroom and dedicated overhead bin space. They can be identified with these black headrest colors. In the back of the aircraft, you will find 156 economy seats in a 3-3 layout. The overhead bins on this aircraft are older shelf-style bins. They are pretty thin, so overhead space is definitely an issue aboard this aircraft. And here's our seat, 30F. These economy seats offer 31 inches of pitch. This ends up being pretty tight for me. Although my knees aren't touching the seat in front of me at the moment, they probably will once I fill the seat back pocket. The seat back pocket is nice, but basic. It has plenty of room and fully enclosed sides. Above that you will find a standard single-piece full-size tray table. And further up you will find a literature pocket with a safety card, magazine, mileage plus ad, and sick bag. Recline is alright with 2 inches. On the back of your seat you will find a fully adjustable headrest. In between the seats below you, you will find a universal power outlet with 2 being shared between the 3 seats. Time to push back. I got a really cool view of both Alaska More to Love livery A321s, which are now sadly retired.
The strap, lift the buckle to release. In case of unexpected turbulence, please keep your seatbelt fastened even when the seatbelt sign is off.
Now that we're in the air, let's check out the Wi-Fi and in-flight streaming options. Finding it is easy, you just need to join the onboard Wi-Fi network and head to unitedwifi.com. After watching a quick ad, you will find a very large selection of movies and TV shows. Although I never really use these systems, since if I have to use my own screen, I'd rather just download something. It's still a nice option to have, especially if you forget to download something. The Wi-Fi on board is pretty good. It costs $10 or $8 with a United account for the full flight. While the price doesn't compare to, say, JetBlue or Delta's free Wi-Fi, the speeds are still pretty good, justifying the price if you need to stay connected in the air. United has gone through a lot of different interior iterations. You can even still find some former Continental 737s with ancient DirecTV systems. Now these old Continental 757s have been retrofitted with United interiors. Unfortunately, these interiors come from a time where United felt that seatback IFE was a thing of the past on domestic flights and committed fully to stream-to-device entertainment. Thankfully, United has changed course once more and now has what I find to be one of the best IFE systems around on their new Maxes and A321neos. United intends to retrofit their newest interior onto their entire narrow-body fleet, including this aircraft. While I certainly hope it happens, given United's history of poor standardization, I wouldn't hold my breath. Snacks were offered just after sunrise. There was the option of this chocolate crisp, which I'm a big fan of, or pretzels, and a drink. Certainly not bad on a 2-hour flight. Although I decided not to go for anything this early in the morning, United also has food for purchase options available. Options range from individual snack items, which I think are a little pricey, to some great snack boxes, to a variety of hot items that are available on flights over 1,500 miles. You can find your flight's menu on your managed flight page 5 days before and up to 24 hours prior to your flight, where you can pre-order. You can also order in-flight as long as you have a card saved to your United account, subject to availability, with the menu being located in your in-flight magazine. I always appreciate buy on-board options being available, especially when the prices are reasonable like these. The 757-300 program began in the late 90s as a stretched variant of the already long and successful 200, making it the longest single-aisle aircraft produced to this day and garnering it the nickname the Flying Pencil. Due to shifting market demands, only 55 300s were built. Despite the type's low order numbers, it proved very popular with airlines that have used them, with 53 out of 55 still flying today. United is the largest operator with 21, all of which it inherited from Continental. Delta operates 16, which it got from Northwest, Condor still operates 9, Icelandair 2, and Ukrainian charter Skyline Express 5. Sadly, the 757-300s are slowly approaching their retirement due to their age, with Condor and Icelandair retiring them soon, and United by 2030. Delta, however, has no retirement date for now thanks to the lack of a true replacement. If you are looking to get on one, United currently uses their 757-300s primarily on hub-to-hub routes, flights to Hawaii, and Orlando. These short to mid-range high-capacity routes are exactly what the 757-300 is built for. I'm taking this flight to hunt down the very rare D328 jet flown by Denver Air Connect. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss that upcoming video.
That double check does indicate our final descent into Denver. If you were using a large portable electronic device that needs to be completely turned off and stowed, you can see its user small lightweight. Welcome to Denver, where the local time is 7:52 a.m. We do ask that you remain comfortably seated until the seatbelt sign is off. You may continue to use and charge your phones and tablets. If you're sitting in an exit row, please do not plug the devices into the outlets. Also, don't forget to check your seat back pocket area and your seat to make sure you have all your belongings, so be careful when opening the overhead.
I decided to hold out on checking the magazine and safety card until the lighting conditions were a bit better, so for those of you holding your breath for that, here you go. United is one of the last American carriers to still offer full monthly in-flight magazines on board, with theirs being Hemispheres. They offer a mix of random stories, shopping options, and some really cool info about United's fleet and route map. I'm glad to be able to say United is a great option for US domestic economy sometimes. United's app is great, their Wi-Fi is worth the price, and I almost always find myself buying one of their snack boxes. However, the rest of the experience is very dependent on the type of aircraft you get. I wouldn't hesitate to say that United's newest interiors are some of the best you'll find in the United States, but you won't always get the best. Although I love the 757-300 and would take any chance to get on one, I won't pretend the in-flight experience is amazing. The length of the aircraft can mean deplaning will take a while if you're in the back, the overhead bin space is a huge problem, and the lack of seatback screens is pretty disappointing if you're flying from coast to coast, although all that can and hopefully will change. And finally, we can at least get somewhat of a view of our aircraft. I hope you enjoyed this review. The next leg of this trip, a short hop on the Denver Air Connect D328, will be coming up next, so don't forget to subscribe for that, and I hope to see you next time.